Previously on the Silver Shell.
So the spirits were once human?
That's right.
I think the Silver Shell chose you the same way it chose me. You mean I was a host?
It's okay to let go. We understand. Who is we?
Who are you kidding? I hate those spirits. All they ever do is boss you around.
You know what happened, right?
Yes, they're gone. Guy and Wendy are gone.
I feel the power of the ocean, connecting with the deepest part of me. Serenity underwater motion. Suddenly I'm soaring through the sea. It's a rush of wonder. I can fly, swimming deep down under.
Lena? Hey. Can we talk?
Sure. What's up?
I know what you've been doing.
You're trying to help us regain our lost memories. Helping us remember who we were before we became spirits of the sea.
Aqua, do you remember your past?
Marie. My name was Marie Shoutman. I lived here near the boardwalk.
The Jersey Shore?
That's right.
But I've been going there every summer since I was a kid. I never noticed you.
I never got out much. You see, ever since I was little, I've always been afraid of the water.
You were?
Don't act all surprised. There's a reason why I hate the ocean. It took my parents away. There was a big storm one day, and tides kept coming in, and then the next thing I knew, I was all alone.
Your parents must have been washed away by the tides.
I've been in foster care ever since. But then a few years later, I keep hearing a voice in my head, telling me not to be afraid, conquer your fears.
Well, how long have you been hearing these voices?
A few months.
A month?
I don't know whose voice it was, but it sounds so familiar to me.
So you recognized the voice.
What else did it say? The same thing. Do not be afraid. I kept hearing it over and over again. Then I finally caved in and jumped.
Jumped?
You mean into the ocean?
Yes. When I went into the salty water, I felt free from the pain and sorrow. And then just after a few seconds, I felt free. The ocean took my soul.
And the voice came back to me, hearing the terms, pure water aqua. That is the name you've been given. At that moment, I became the water spirit aqua.
Silver Shell, what can we do about this? The water spirit has overcome her fears, but cannot live the loneliness she felt in her heart many years ago. Then what can I do? You must seek out what caused that loneliness and overcome it just like your fears. How am I going to overcome that? Think clearly, child. What is the thing you lacked the most during your living times after your parents were taken away from you? What I lack? Aqua. No, Marie, I think what you lack is something you lost. Mom and Dad. All I ever wanted was to see them again. You shall see them again. You've always had the power, Marie. You just need to have faith in yourself.
Thank you for everything, Lena. Goodbye, Marie. one to go. You know, moving Freya into the light isn't going to be easy. I mean, that girl has a temper on her. She had a more difficult past than the others. Her element is fire, right? Either she's got a criminal background, or she was burned alive at one point. What does her element have to do with her past? Think about it for a minute, Monica. Each spirit has a power of an element, and their deaths represent those elements. In other words, they died and was reborn as the spirits we know today. Just like what Annalise said. I think I'm seeing your point here. So their deaths became their powers. You know that girl that became Gaia? The one that fell off the mountains and hit her head on a bunch of rocks? Huh? I never told you that. No, not you. But your subconscious mind did. Huh? To make a long story short, I can read the other host's subconscious mind. Oh, really? Yeah, it's not so bad once you focus your mind. So you're into computer graphic design, whatever that is? Okay. Let's just focus on the task at hand, alright? What caused Freya's death? Who was she before she even became Freya? She could have been burned alive at some point. That may be it. I was kidding. No, you may be right, Monica. Emily died by a rocky fall in the mountains because of her father's obsession. Rachel died for the lack of air and was abandoned by her parents. Marie drowned to her death just to overcome her fears. There's gotta be something Freya lacks. And what do you think that could be? No good, too many hits. I need more information. What were you looking for? History records or documents of houses or forest fires. A data back when Freya was still alive in her time. When was her time? Somewhere around 1880s? Alright, leave it to me. You know how to get that information? Yep. How? Remember that subconscious mind reading powers I told you? Yeah, you can read my mind. Yep, but it works other ways too. You see, I can travel my mind through the past and we can get the information we need. Really? You can do that? Yeah, it's one of those powers you get when you're the host of the Silver Shell. So does it mean I have it too? Yeah, it's something we'll teach you later, but right now let's just focus on the past. Right.
Mind, time, travel.
Lena. Search for a house fire on April 23rd, 1878. Look for the name Phoebe. Okay. Past is the past. It's time to move on. Except that we'll meet you is everything? Good? Listen, there's something I want to talk to you about. Oh yeah, what's that? It's about your past. So you figured it out, did you? Yeah, but it's a tragic moment to see, but just how tragic was it? Well, you see, you... Oh, for God's sakes, you are burned alive! Your name is Phoebe Restless. Your father was a crazy pyromaniac that burns everything that touches and drags you everywhere you go. In fact, he almost killed you a couple times. But on April 23rd, 1878, there was a house fire that day, and it killed both of you. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So my old man was a pyromaniac. That explains everything. Fred, or Phoebe, what explains what? It explains why I have this element. So you knew? Not quite. Aqua told me about her story before she came to you. She said she drowned herself in the ocean and it took her spirit. I see. You figured out where her powers came from, and now you're trying to figure out where yours came from. Now I do. Thanks to you, I can move on. Wait, that's it? You're just gonna leave? That's right. My only regrets that bound me to this world was because I was unsure why something like that cost my life, and why you had the most dangerous powers of all the elements. You guessed it.
The memories have been unlocked for some time, but there are fragments that are still broken. What do you mean by that? The father of the fire spirit was not to blame for the death of Phoebe Reslin. What do you mean my father didn't kill me? The pyromaniac had many enemies, and not just the one in uniforms. That talking shell does have a point. You're right. Pyros burn everything they touch, and that includes people. He did have a criminal record, and I bet he was on the most wanted list. The enemies on the pyro is none other than his siblings is what I seek. You mean his family killed him? I seek the truth of the fire spirit Freya. Has been revealed even though they did not want to kill the daughter. You can stop talking, Shell. I can take it from here. As you wish.
I remember clearly now. My aunt and uncle wanted to take me from my father for a long time. But I refused, because I always believed that he could change for the better. And then he turned up dead, just like you. One day my aunt gave me a call, asked me if I was staying at my father's place for a couple of days. Of course I lied to them and told them that I'm staying at a friend's house for the last couple of weeks, that my dad scared me. But you weren't at a friend's house. You were there. Then the fire started. My father was thrilled. And then I heard a voice, as if my spirit was leaving my body. And then the voice spoke to me, saying, burn your problems away and become the fire spirit Freya. So just like that, you became the spirit of fire. Looks like it's my time. Goodbye, Phoebe. So long, Lena. Monica.
Okay, let's do this.
Dear Diary, today I'm going to start to write a journal about everything that's been going on with my life. I don't normally keep secrets from anyone, but this time I'm going to have to. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow you away. Now today is just a normal day like everything else. But let me tell you a secret, Diary. And I know you can't tell anyone. You see, about a year ago, I was in my backyard listening to my music when something caught my eye. It was some kind of rocky shell, and I noticed the strange colors on it. And after I took it inside to wash it, the colors disappeared, and then I blacked out. And when I woke up, 4 of my faces looking down at me, and discovered that there were 4 different spirits that was sealed inside the shell I found earlier. They called it the Silver Shell. It was a powerful shell that protected the lost city of Atlantis, and they were the guardians of the shell, and each one possesses the powers of an element, and that they were mermaids of the deep ocean. And then I found out I was one as well, but I wasn't anything like the so-called spirits. I didn't possess just one, but all the elements, because I was chosen to be the Silver Shell's host. In other words, I'm its eyes and ears apparently. This magical shell seeks out a host every 50 years or so. A few days later, spirits were so kind enough to help me control my powers, wisely and emotionally. The first one to teach me was Aqua, the water spirit. She was a nice person to talk to, except she could be a little bossy sometimes, but that doesn't bother me. Next was Freya, the fire spirit. She's more of a hothead and has a temper just like her flames. She teaches me how anger can trigger a spark. I sometimes wonder which one of us will burn down the house first. Then there's Gaia, the earth spirit. With her rumbling earthquakes, it nearly gave me a heart attack. Gaia is sort of like a child, or at least acts like one. She is a creator when it comes to stone designs, like a work of art. Finally, there's Windy, the spirit of the wind. Windy is more of the brains of the group. There is always something on her mind, and she knows more than she lets on. But she can be reliable when she wants to, and that's fine with me. After meeting the spirits, ever since I became a mermaid, my life changed forever. Until I met Monica Ross and Annalie Clark, the 2 previous hosts before me, and they also possessed the powers of the elements. Monica was apparently a witch before her time came, and she became a siren. At least that's what she told me. And then there's Annalie, who is actually the very first host of the Silver Shell, and holds a secret about the truth of the spirits. The spirits used the story of Atlantis to cover up their plot, which was getting their memories back. This was a shocking discovery. I didn't understand why they didn't tell me the truth. They wanted to use my powers to destroy the Silver Shell in order to get their memories back that was sealed inside the shell. But what they didn't know, with the shell gone, so with their memories. I realized they lived horrible lives as humans, and their deaths changed their fate for the better. They became the spirit of elements. I wish I could tell you more, but what I'm about to say is too sad to tell at all. All I can say is that the spirits were gone into the light and found peace.
What will happen now that the spirits are gone? This should be it. I should go back to a normal teenager again.
You cannot. There is more to come.
Oh, great. I should have known it's too good to be true.
The spirits may be gone, but your journey is far from over.
What else is there besides you?
The 2 other hosts are still here.
So?
Time will come for you to know soon.
Know what?
Your destiny is set, and you will follow the path that will guide you.
Guide me where?
To your front yard.
I see.
Also to guide you to your fate.
That damn Shell. What was he saying about that destiny stuff? And what path is guiding me?
The path will guide you to your fate.
I need a shower.
My fate, huh? My fate and ours.
I feel the power